Welcome into Chattahoochee Sports Talk. I'm Cayden Sturgis, and today we'll be breaking down keys to victory for Super Bowl 57. The Chiefs and the Eagles will be squaring off in Arizona on Sunday night. Here are the keys for each team to win. The Chiefs, they're going to have to put some pressure on Jalen Hurts and actually get him on the ground whenever he drops back to pass. The Eagles love to run the ball. Yes, they do, but they're going to have to pass to win this game. They're not going to run all over this Chiefs offensive or defensive front. It's too good. It's in the Super Bowl for a reason. When the Eagles do decide to drop back and pass, you're going to have to see Willie Gay and Frank Clark and Chris Jones and George Karlaftis just step up. They have to get Hurts on the ground at least 3 times to win this game. They need at least 3 sacks because otherwise Hurts is going to extend plays. He's going to take off and run. He's going to cause what should be a 20-yard loss to turn into just an incompletion and we play third down. You can't have that. You've got to get him on the ground when you have the chances to get him on the ground. Especially in the Super Bowl. You can't let him extend plays or he will kill you. Especially, we know that Snead was banged up. He's going to play this game. But that's secondary for the Chiefs is their weak point. And you're going up against 2 fantastic wide receivers in Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. And you're going to give up some yards either way. You can't let Jalen Hurts extend the play and give those receivers even more time to get open. Because if you give Devontae Smith the ball in space, he's going to find a way to get more yards and probably burn you for 6. And good luck covering A.J. Brown for more than 4 or 5 seconds. Because that man is a Martian. And the Titans were stupid to get rid of him. I think for the Chiefs offensively, you have to mitigate the pressure on Mahomes. We saw what happened 2 years ago in the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers, where Mahomes didn't have an offensive line, and he lost the game. He made some spectacular plays, but it was all for naught. He couldn't do anything back there. And I think you're going to see Andy Reid call a lot of screen plays to Isaiah Pacheco in particular, because that's how you mitigate a fantastic pass rush. And the Eagles have one of the best pass rushes of all time. Between Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, not to mention Josh Sweat and Javon Hargrave. Good Lord. This is such a stacked front 7. Robert Quinn is an afterthought on this team, and they traded draft picks for him. That's how good this Eagles pass rush is. They're going to get home. They're going to get home a lot, but it's the opposite. You have to let Patrick Mahomes extend. You have to give him just one block here or there. Let your receivers have a little bit of extra time. Let them get open. That's where this Chiefs offense is they're special. That's why Patrick Mahomes is special. Andy Reid is probably the best offensive play caller of the last 20 years. And he's got an entire 2 weeks to cook up fun plays. You may see the Chiefs offense play an entire game of freeze tag before they snap the ball. But none of it's going to matter if in 2 seconds Brandon Graham or Josh Sweat has Mahomes flat on his back. You have to do a good job all night. You have to hold those guys under 4 sacks. And when they do get pressure, you have to keep them from hitting Mahomes. Mahomes is banged up. And He played fantastic last game. He was mobile even with the bum ankle. He's had 2 weeks to heal. But if he gets hit, we saw it. He can rattle him. He's not Joe Burrow. He has that mode he can go to where he turns to a superhuman, but he doesn't get better the more he gets hit. And the Eagles are going to be looking to dish out a lot of punishment to Patrick Mahomes. And if you're the Eagles, you have to stop Travis Kelce. Or, scratch that, you have to slow down Travis Kelce. You can't stop him. Travis Kelce, at this point, is a freak of nature, like a tornado or a tsunami. You can't stop him. All you can do is plan for him, and when he comes, you just have to pray and hope that your game plan works. Because that's a force of nature right there. That is the best receiving tight end in history. It's one of the best postseason receivers, not just tight ends, but receivers in postseason history. He's only chasing Jerry Rice at this point. And he's a mismatch everywhere on the field. You can't put a linebacker on him. He's too big, he's too fast. And you can't put a safety on him because you are opening up too many extra spots. That being said, if Kelce beats you, he beats you. But you can't let it happen. He has to have a superhuman performance. You have to hold him under 80 yards. Because we do not know what else the Chiefs have at receiver. You have a banged-up Juju Smith-Schuster. You have a banged-up Kadarius Toney and Montez Valdez-Scantling. None of those names should scare you the way Travis Kelce should. So, you might double him all night and trust your corners. Your corners have both been top 10 in the league this year in terms of PFF grade. Trust James Bradbury. Trust Darius Slay. And your secondary with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, you've got... Just don't let Kelce beat you. Trust everyone else to man up and double Kelce every play, if that's what it takes. Defensively, for the Eagles, lock down Isaiah Pacheco. Do not let Isaiah Pacheco out of the backfield. He's not going to run the ball for very much on you. You have too good of a defensive front for that. Try to keep Pacheco in check with all the short passes that can act like a run game. And we all know Andy Reid loves to do short passes that act like a run game whenever his offensive line cannot block a better defensive front. And you're going to see a ton of that on Sunday night. Offensively, for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts is going to have to complete passes downfield to Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. He's done it at times this year, but this is a secondary that's kind of ripe for the picking, at least by Super Bowl contender terms. Throw it up to A.J. Brown. Let Devontae Smith make circus catches. Or just find him in space. Throw it short to Devontae. And let him cook. And Jalen has to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Because he's going to have more time than Mahomes is, but he's not going to have much time. Even with his amazing offensive line, Jalen Hurts is going to be under pressure quite a bit in this game. And we will have to see how he handles that. But that's the keys to victory for Super Bowl 57. I'm Cayden Sturgis with Chattahoochee Sports Talk. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me or not, and leave a like. Until next time.